What not to say to a client, 15 phrases to avoid for stronger relationships. Working with clients is an essential part of running any business, whether you're a freelancer, consultant, agency, or part of a corporate team. While delivering quality work is important, how you communicate with your clients can make or break the relationship. A single careless phrase can lead to misunderstandings, loss of trust, or even a terminated contract. 1. That's not my job. This phrase sounds dismissive and rigid. Even if something genuinely falls outside your scope of work, it's important to address the request professionally. Instead say, "That's outside the scope of what we initially discussed, but I'd be happy to explore how we can help or refer you to someone who can." 2. I don't know. Honesty is important, but this phrase without context gives the impression that you're unprepared or uninterested. Instead say, "That's a great question. Let me look into it and get back to you with a detailed answer." 3. That's impossible. Telling a client that something can't be done shuts down the conversation and creativity. There's usually a workaround or an alternative. Instead say, "That approach may be challenging, but let's explore some viable alternatives that could achieve similar results." 4. You're wrong. Even if a client is mistaken, telling them outright that they're wrong can damage your relationship. Instead say, "I see where you're coming from. Based on our data/experience, here's another perspective that might help clarify things." 5. It's not my fault. Blaming others doesn't build trust. Clients value accountability, not finger-pointing. Instead say, "Let's figure out what happened and how we can fix it moving forward." 6. I forgot. Admitting to forgetting something is honest, but it signals a lack of professionalism if not handled with care. Instead say, "Thanks for the reminder, I'm on it now, and I'll make sure this doesn't slip through the cracks again." 7. We've always done it this way. This phrase can sound lazy or resistant to innovation. Instead say, "That's the approach we've typically used, but we're open to exploring better ways if it improves results." 8. You should have told me earlier. This can come off as accusatory and dismissive of the client's current needs. Instead say, "Thanks for sharing this, let's see how we can adjust to accommodate this new information." 9. I didn't think it was important. What may seem small to you might be critical to your client. Dismissing their concerns damages trust. Instead say, "I may have underestimated its importance. Let's go over it now and make sure it's fully addressed." 10. That's just how it is. This phrase kills curiosity and progress. It can frustrate clients who are looking for solutions. Instead say, "Here's why things work this way currently, but let's see if we can find a more flexible or efficient solution." 11. I can't help you with that. You may not always have the answer, but offering some guidance is better than shutting down the conversation. Instead say, "While this is outside my expertise, I can connect you with someone in my network who specializes in this." 12. Calm down. This is one of the worst things to say to anyone who's upset. It's patronizing and rarely helps. Instead say, "I understand this is frustrating. Let's walk through it together and find a resolution." 13. It'll only take a minute. This phrase can make the client feel like their request isn't worth much. It can also set unrealistic expectations. Instead say, "This task is straightforward, and I'll make sure to prioritize it to get it done promptly." 14. That's not my responsibility. While it may be technically true, this sounds cold and unhelpful. Instead say, "That's usually handled by another team, but I'll coordinate with them or point you in the right direction." 15. I didn't think you'd care. Making assumptions about what the client values can be a serious misstep. Instead say, "I wasn't sure how important this was to you, but I appreciate your input and will include it moving forward." Final thoughts: communication is everything. The key to building lasting client relationships isn't just in your service or product, it's in your language, tone, and willingness to collaborate. Clients want to feel respected, listened to, and supported. By avoiding these damaging phrases and replacing them with thoughtful, professional responses, you can stand out in a sea of average service providers. Remember, the words you use shape the client experience. Choose them wisely,